Let's see here. Let's see if this actually works. Yep. Let's see if this actually works. Yep. This actually works. Okay. Okay. This can actually be bigger. This can actually be bigger. Now inside the plane. How does this look? Inside the plane. Does this look reasonable? Does this look reasonable? And this can be ever so slightly smaller. Like this. This can be ever so slightly smaller. Alright, goody. Alright, goody. pianist. That's what I do. I'm pardon my faffing around. I'm just trying to set up some shortcuts so I can mute my sound in case I need to sneeze or fart or anything like that. So when you were streaming, did you use the OBS software? Thomas just showed me that it's apparently the best one for streaming. I have no idea. This is my first time. So yeah, so it seems to be working very well for me. I had no idea that it was this simple, actually. I was worried about the amount of um, different sound sources because I have so many different things going on in my sim rig here and all kinds of windows and another thing is that I have this weird uh, widescreen monitor. It probably doesn't look very good because it's probably squeezed for you who are viewing, but that's the nature of the beast. Let's see our. Okay, so now I'll try the mute button here. And unmute. Fantastic. Okay, it worked. Yeah, I can kind of see a preview here that kind of shows how it's. Yeah, and I also opened it in Twitch to see it, but that's just how it is. So anyway, yeah. So here's where I left off after our group flight at Prospect State. This is where we lined up. Prospect State Airport. Just to um, set up a few more things here, and then yeah, where am I going? Let's see if I can break out the. So, what kind of screen are you watching on? Are you on a normal computer screen? I'm just trying to gauge what is easily visible in a screen setup like this. Laptop. So, is this VFR chart reasonably easy to see? Okay, so you're on a small screen. But so is the this VFR chart reasonable? Cannot read text, but see upper. Okay. Well, if I zoom in, of course, you could probably read. You could take it up like this. It's not probably the most important. You can follow on a separate map, of course. I don't have anything in particular in mind. Just going to go do a short flight to see that it actually works and that my computer can handle the stream as well as the simulator and all of that mess. Seems to be reasonably. I don't see any lagging in the computer. I was fearing that it was kind of heavy to stream, but I'll see how it goes. So my plan is to at least start by going to Riverview Ranch, which is 30 miles to the northwest. Not far, but I'm not going to go direct. I never go direct. Possibly to Mount Bolivar, where Calvert Peak Airport is. It's not charted, but it's on top of this hill right here. It's part of the Oregon ABC Challenge. Actually, both of these airports, Prospect and Riverview, are part of the Oregon Challenge. So my plan is to come in through this valley here, Tiller, and I'm going to follow the power lines going over the mountains here. So it's almost direct, actually, when you look at it. But I'm not going to go over this mountain here. That's the mountain there. I'm not going to go directly over it. I'm going to go around it. Not because I can't, but because it's more scenic. I'm going to go past the power plant and over the lake. I'm not sure if I want to go all the way down here, but at some point maybe I'll cut through here and then go back and meet the power line and then follow that over the mountain here over to Riverview Ranch. So that's now, it was 30 miles, now it's 40. So that's how easy that goes. I'm going to see if I can find this lookout tower on top of the mountain here. That's that. Let's just see here. Medford, it's almost calm winds, no clouds, very hot, 32 degrees, 2990. And Roseburg is basically the same. So that's how that's going to go. Give that a try. Were you watching the stream that Thomas did as well as flying at the same time? It was, or were you just flying next to him? Okay, I see. Yeah, he was busy responding to my Beaver nerd talk because I was chatting. I was just filling him up with crazy information about what I do when I fly this plane. Anyway, I'm gonna get going. I'm gonna take this away. Actually, I'm gonna use ForeFlight, but I'm going to show you how this is done. It's very cool. Send it to ForeFlight, like that, an email. And now it's going to pop up on my iPad, so I can have it there. It's going to be much easier for me to navigate. Of course, this is not going to be a flight that's going to be part of the challenge, the October No GPS challenge. This is cheating. Let's see here. There it is in flight, ForeFlight. Actually, I have a plane sitting in SoCal, PT-19 Cornell, which is it doesn't have anything. It doesn't have electricity even, so it doesn't have any GPS or anything. It just has a whiskey compass. That's all it got for navigation. So my plan yesterday was actually to pull out my good old paper charts and actually go fly by that, but I was too tired. And that was my plan for today as well. But now I'm going to try the streaming instead. So, what am I doing? Yes, I'm pre-flighting. That's what I'm doing. So I'm going to get in the plane. I already fired this up earlier, so it should be warm. Ready to go fly. Let's walk around. Chocks. So you can see, probably can't see it, but you can see this bar here that shows that the tire is at least partially worn. Not from landings yesterday, but from previous days. I've had some really pretty rough landings, so these tires get worn out. Tie downs. No, that was not a pre. This is a pre-flight. Let's do it this way. One of the cool things about these rep planes is that you can check the control surfaces. They actually work as they should. And as I said to Thomas, he was watching me testing the stream and said, this wheel in this plane never gets worn out because it doesn't really get the bad treatment that the main tires get. So I've never changed this tire at all. I've changed 1 billion of these. All right. All right, let's see if we can get this started. Is my yoke visible in the camera? Yes, it is. That's fun. Master bean. The engine is still, well, actually, that's the outside temperature. It's 30 degrees outside. Before I start taking the flaps up. And now you can be my test to see if the audio levels are still okay. I've been messing around a little bit with it, so it might have changed. I don't think so, but it could be okay. So I'm guessing you can hear me properly now, but let's just see what happens when I start the engine, if I'm drowned out or something like that. So clear prop. There we go. Alright, that's the engine going. Yeah, you should at least hear the engine, but is it overpowering my voice? Sounds good, fantastic. So one of the things I was testing, because I have the Loopy. Not good. There's some lag, of course, you probably know from streams. So you write something and I wait for, or actually you write it and it takes some time before I see it. Oh yeah, you just wrote nopey or nope, so I thought it was something that was wrong. But anyway, okay, so it's good. One of the problems I have is that I have the sound of the simulator is it surrounds my room here. So I thought that would be a problem. I would be able to have the sound on here, but it's apparently it works to have the Pilot Edge ATC on the headset here as well as the stream. One of the things I'm curious to see if I was able to fix is whether or not you can hear what I hear on the radio. So I'm going to do a video check for myself here, because that's going to be a little bit crucial since I fly on Pilot Edge. So it will be very good to see if you can hear it. So now I'm going to do the self-check. So you're going to hear me the way you hear it now, but you should also be able to hear it as the echo on 1, 2, 3, 1, 4, 5. So let's just radio check. I'm wondering, I heard myself in the headset. Did you also hear my radio check coming twice? Because if you did, that would be fantastic. Oh, great. Fantastic. Because that means that whenever I talk to ATC, you'll be able to hear that. I'm not going to talk to ATC today, I think, but good to test it. And now I have set it up so I can adjust the volume for for ATC, so in case they are very loud or very quiet, I can change that as well. So, very good. So it's all up. I'm also going to close the window and make it sound quieter. Hopefully not too quiet, so you should be able to hear the engine. So what am I doing now then? Well, I'm actually just going to complete my pre-flight and then get going. At some point I need fuel because I used a lot of fuel yesterday. I don't think the airport that I'm going to have fuel. Nope, it doesn't. But it's close to Roseburg, so I can get fuel there. Or I can mosey on down to Medford to get fuel if I need to, so there's no rush. Or I can take an IFR flight over to North Bend, rather. Anyway, this is probably going to be my style of streaming because this is how I fly. I just get distracted by details. That's how I do. So do we have a windsock? Yes, we have a windsock, and the windsock is pointing towards me, so I'm going to take off in that direction. So that'll be runway 20. Is that right? No, that's not right. That's 02. That's what it is. This is what I always do. Set this for a runway heading. Indicate some sort of wind direction from this, so I can have a way of seeing that. Right. Quick control check here. Okay, so this goes up and this comes down. That goes up, this goes down. And I'm going to do a run up, and I'm going to test the rudder. Here's the thing with the rudder with this plane. I cannot see the rudder from here. I can actually see the shadow. See the shadow when I'm moving the rudder. But what I'll do instead is when I have enough RPM in the engine, the rudder will move the plane. So when I push the right rudder now, it leans to the left. The other way if I push the left rudder. So I can feel that the plane is actually doing what it should be when now the rudder is working. So I don't have to see the actual rudder. Sometimes, as I said, you can see the shadow. So now, mag check, propeller check, all good. Let's see here. Okay, engine is quickly approaching green. It's going to be overheating, or at least getting close to it very soon because it's really hot outside. So I'm going to get going. And I'm going to stop talking on 123.45. That's not good. 122.8, that's for prospect. And prospect is at 2,578. 25, yeah, that checks out. That's 2,991 or something, which was 2,990 at Medford, so that checks out. Right, good. Rowage, landing lights, and all of that is set. Trim, set. Trim. Right. Alright, let's get going. Prospect state traffic, Beaver 524 Alpha, back taxing, runway 02, Prospect. That's my 4 flight talking to me. Go away. Is the artificial horizon broken, or is it just that it's actually crooked here? Might be. Doesn't look right. Well, it's actually very bumpy here. Yeah, I'm not going to go down that hill there. Prospect state traffic, Beaver 524 Alpha is lining up midfield. Runway 02 will be departing in 30 seconds. Prospect. Yeah, it's leaning the other way now, so that was the culprit. So, flappage. And looks good. Trim was set. I'm gonna take a bit more flap. I have a feeling that I forgot something. That's what checklists are for, but I don't use checklists, so let's go. Prospect state traffic, Beaver 524 Alpha, taking off runway 02, left downwind departure to the south. Prospect. Alright, is sound level still working? Is it acceptable? Prospect state traffic, Beaver 524 Alpha, left crosswind, runway 2, Prospect. Fantastic, I'm very glad to hear it. Prospect state traffic, Beaver 524 Alpha, turning left downwind, runway 2, Prospect. Flaps up. And, yeah, that's the road. I can follow that down to the power plant. So when I get down to the power plant, it's just a few, it's a mile or so down here. I think it's down in the valley here. When I get there, I should be able to see the power lines go from the power plant up through the mountain here. And I'm going to catch up with the power lines on the other side of the mountain. Like we have it here, actually. See one power line from one mast. power plant is down here. Let's move myself over here. Let's see if I can see. Yeah, I think I see the power lines up there. Kind of hidden in the forest. Pull back the power here. The engine is getting warm. As I said, I told Thomas on the stream that he was when he was flying that this is my favorite power setting. 1600 RPM and 25 inches. Doesn't get the plane to go very fast, but it sounds good, and it doesn't use a lot of fuel. Doesn't go fast anyway, but now I lose maybe 10 knots from the fastest cruise, maybe 15. I love this plane so much. Such a cool plane. Lost Creek Lake. That's the name of this place. Lake has this little crook in here. This is where I'm heading to the right. Follow this little valley-ish thing up here, up to the power lines. Then I'm gonna head northwest to the next airport. You have flown the whole Oregon challenge. Is that correct? I seem to remember that you did it in the Stairman. And at some point you got the Orbex True Earth installed as well, so you had even better scenery. This airport that I'm headed to, the Riverview Ranch Airport, it's partially where it started. Oh yeah, okay, you did a couple legs in the J3. But the J3 you're talking about, that was one of the original ones, the proper Viper cab, not the Super cab. Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, if I could choose a real high fidelity model of any of the Cubs, I would choose the original one with 65 horsepower or whatever it is, the engine, and a true one without any electrical systems. Maybe a handheld radio, just to be able to fly into deltas. That's just more. I like the slow planes. The Beaver is just almost too fast for me. I like it slow. But anyway, as I said, the Riverview Ranch was one of the first airports that Gareth and I were taken by, and he we came through here just flying around. I think it was part of the we were just flying around, and he decided he wanted to upgrade that particular airport a little bit, and he did, and kind of evolved from there. I think Calvert Peak was one of them as well. But so Riverview Ranch has a kind of a special place in my my flight sim heart. Should be able to see the power lines coming over here rather soon. See on the map that there's supposed to be ranches here as well. Yeah, we got some ranches here. Fantastic. Yeah, I can see that we have an expression in Norway where the place where they carve out terrain, like you can see here, that kind of carved out place where the power lines go. We call that Power Street here in Norway. It's kind of a way of describing how it looks in the terrain. Oh, before I go, I wanted to see if I could see lookout tower on top of this hill. Right on the top here, there's supposed to be a lookout tower. Let me bring out my binoculars. Can't see anything. I'm gonna go there and have a look first. Since I'm in the area. I think I have it. Yes, I do. We still have the airport right down, down here somewhere. It's down there. And down here, we have a lookout tower. Accomplished as far as that goes. So let's get back on the Power Street. So during the huge group flight we had yesterday. I was running pretty high power setting the whole trip, but it was yesterday was pretty cold. It was 10-15 degrees. My engine was relatively reasonable temperatures the whole way. And during this short flight, I've already gotten pretty high oil temps. Still safely within the green, but it's interesting to see how much the external temperatures affected, and also the slow climbing that I'm doing now also contributes to it, because in a high cruise setting you will have the airflow of the engine, which helps cool it down. The thing with this plane is that it will gain the heat in the engine very slowly, but once you get it, it's kind of difficult to get it back. It kind of stores it for a long time. So once you overheated the engine, you have to struggle really hard to get it cold. So I'm gonna continue straight ahead over this hill in front of me, and once I'm past that, I can dive into the valley that leads to Riverview. Is for Medford, just to see if I can reach it, just to again verify that the radio system works as it should.
Rogue Valley International Airport, ATIS Information Foxtrot, 2253 Zulu, wind 030 at 3.
My headset times out after half an hour of not getting any input, so it cut out just as I was tuning the ATIS. I'm just going to try it again.
Advise on initial contact. You have information Foxtrot.
Are you hearing the ATIS as well?
Rogue Valley International Airport. ATIS information Foxtrot. 2253 Zulu. Wind 030 at 3. Visibility 10.
And if you hear it,
Sky
how's the
conditions
audio level? Is it too high?
Temperature 32.
Or is it okay?
2.3. Altimeter 29990. Iraq.
Not too high, okay, perfect. Okay, so good function check. Thanks so much for sticking around and being a test subject. Right, so down this valley here, down here is where I'm going, and the airport should be just around the corner down here, I think. My lights in this room are also on the timer, so if I don't move in 1 hour, I sit very still, it will start dimming out. So if you're not following on the map where I am, I can show you. I'm now descending a little bit north of these ranches here, and I'm gonna follow this river and roads through the town of Drew, which I'm coming to in a minute or two. Filler, then left, so it's important to turn westbound instead of northeastbound. Follow the valley westbound past Milo and this little bend here into Riverview Ranch. And that's basically a one-way-in airport. Let's just see if I can find out what the runway number is. It's 27. That's the runway I'm going to land at. And get that sorted. So descent. So here's the road. The airport elevation is 840. I'm 13 miles away, so I'm going to start down. So this crossroads coming up here, that's where the valley goes northeast and where it goes west. So I'm going to follow it west. That's one of the tricks about mountain flying, even though this is not very high mountains. It's to know which valley you're going into. And also what to expect if you go into the wrong one, because if you go into the wrong one, you should be able to recognize it very fast, so that you're not getting stuck in a box canyon or something where you're not, you don't have any way of escaping. One of the airports in Washington, next to Mount Rainier, Ranger Creek Airport, has some valleys, some kind of dead end valleys around it that are really critical not to turn into, because if you do, you're basically having to outclimb Mount Rainier, and that's not going to happen. Unless you fly in F-14, of course, which, well, nobody does that. So I'm not going to go up there, even though I can with this plane, though. But I'm going to stick to the plan. Miles or so. So I'm coming up on the town of Milo. It's not much of a town. It's a set of buildings. Looks like there's a school or something, and a little ball field or a running track or something. I'm gonna go around this little blended spot here and then back, and then I get to the ranch. It's the little town of Milo. Kind of an offset straight in. The airport is behind here, so I'm gonna go over there, sharp left, and then that's gonna be on a left, on a right base, and then straight in there. Basically on an offset straight in. Start pulling flaps down. Ridge. According to my GPS, I have a slight left crosswind from the rear, from the left. Excellent. Yep, there's a field over there. There's a lot of cows on the field to try to avoid carving them up to steaks. possible to go around here, but it's very tight. It's best to just commit to landing. Arrived. Like somebody's here already. It's a husky. Okay, lights. Pull up flaps. It's been a while since I've visited this airport. Where there's all kinds of cows. Not the prettiest cows I've seen. This looks like a zombie, but well, they are free to use. They are 3D. There are some scenery models that are 2D. They look really horrific. So. Of course, you remember the cows. It's a very cute field, and it's a very cool if you go around, go this way, and if you decide to go around that mountain here, that's a really excellent if you kind of just crest this hill here and come down through the valley here. And you will kind of fall straight back into the right base. It's really, really cool. So if your plane is able to do it, it's a very cool round trip around this little hill here. But not all the planes can out-climb direct that way, so some people may have to continue down the valley. So, let's see, what is it? It's 2:30 in the morning, and I am on vacation, so I might actually do another leg. Where in the world are you situated? Are you having the same time zone as I do? As in 02:20 in the morning? So 8:20 p.m. So that means you are 6 hours after me. That sounds like you are in very east. So how does that work? So middle of the United States or East United States, something like that. States actually could be just trying to think time zones here. I'm not really good at it, but anyway, so Canada. All right. So is that your call sign then in a plane that you're flying? CGEBR. I've heard some controllers make fun of the Canadian call signs. All right. Oh, well, there you go. So, tu parles français? Well, I did at some point. I had 5 years of French in school, by choice actually. Most people in my age group chose German, but I chose French. But I haven't had chance to use it, so I can kitchen and tourist French if somebody puts a gun to my head, but that's it. I think I might actually take another leg here. Yeah. So I'm gonna change this to this, delete all of that. Then I'm gonna add Lookinglass Airport. I'm gonna end up there. I think. There's one cool thing, by the way. In Oregon, if you go to the south of North Bend here, a few miles, maybe 15, 20 miles, there's a small town called Norway. And it actually has a grass strip. It's not charted, but it's actually there, and I took it upon myself to model it. So pretty cool place. It's just a grass strip in a field, but it's cute. But I'm not going there. I'm gonna go to Lookinglass, but I'm gonna go via good old Calvert Peak, which is, where is it? It's on top of, so let's see here. That's the bend where Winkle Bar is, so the airport is up there. So I'm gonna fly straight out of that valley and go past Myrtle Creek, past this plant in the mountainside, follow that valley. I've recognized, by the way, that you are doing much of the same type of flying that I do. I can see your on the pilot edge chart, see you wiggling your way through the valleys. Really, really cool. It's one of the strange things I find is that I can fly above all of this very easily. 4 minutes of climbing and I can be above all these mountains here, but I still go through the valleys. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to follow the contours of this particular little valley here up to that road, and then I'm going to turn to follow it to the airport, which is somewhere around here. I'm not exactly sure where it is, but it's close enough. Because you can take off from the airport and dive into this valley here, and tumble straight into to Winkle Bar, which is in this corner right here. Yeah, direct flight. If it has to be a very purposeful flight if you go direct. Like yesterday before the group flight, I flew direct from Swanson, where we actually landed our previous group flight. I flew directly from there to Pearson, but that was just a 20-minute, a 30-minute relocation flight. But if I'm flying for just for the heck of it, it never goes directly. So okay, so I'm gonna depart. I'm gonna go to the east side of this lookout tower, see if it's there. And yeah, why not continue down this valley here? Have a look at the dam next to this little boomerang-shaped lake. And that should take me into this little bowl here, where I know there's a lot of farm fields around here. And this Lookinglass is a paved surface, but it's very well hidden. Very, very cool airport. And the weather down there, it's northwest, 7 knots, 10 miles clear, 30 degrees, 29er, 90. Okay, so it's stable. Very good. Just see if it's the same here, Bedford. Yep, unchanged. Very good. Okay, I'm going to do the same. Send this off to ForeFlight, so I can have it there. And there it is. Fantastic. I'll put a link to the flight plan in there, so if anyone happens to see it, they can open that up and have a look. Right, let's just have a quick look here. The excellent thing about ForeFlight is that I can see when the sun is setting. The sun sets at Lookinglass Airport at 0153 Zulu. That's in 1 hour and 20 minutes. That's going to be fine. It's a 30-minute flight. If I go my full cruise speed, which I'm not, so it's going to be more like 45, 60 minutes. Anyways. So, I'm gonna taxi back and depart out that way. So, lights back on. run up. Because I've been sitting on the ramp on idle. Just check that I don't have fouled plugs. That looks good. That looks good. Engine's in green, and I'm still on the rear tank, which is above halfway full. Alright. Trim, set, and clear. So I'm gonna do a very quick right turn to get around this little mountain in front of me here. Set power. Jesus. It's so hot that I cannot even get full manifold pressure even with full throttle. Tell them so I can see where I'm going. Climb flaps here. Flaps up. One of the things with this plane is that the cylinder heads are getting immediately hot. The oil takes a long time to warm up, whereas the cylinder heads are they have the first to get warm, which of course makes sense. That's how engines work. That they are the one who are doing the combustion, and the oil is taking up the lubrication and cooling job, so that's why it takes longer for the oil. But it catches up, and when the oil catches up, it will take longer for it to cool down, whereas the cylinder heads can cool down very quickly if you just pour enough fuel on them, so they get cooled by the fuel. Or if you descend rapidly on a low power setting. But the oil will take a long time. So there are some, the oil temperature is lagging, is chasing the CH. The headset, time it out again. As I was saying, the oil temperature will chase CHD. It will always be lagging behind. is at 3,800 feet. So I am going to climb to around 5, I think. So I have. I'm going to stay 3.5 until I really have to climb. Let's see. I think the runway heading I want is something like 03. For flight, it just says northeast and southwest. Kind of a little bit imprecise. Temps are on the high side, as I expect. It's gonna probably not go much higher. The cylinder head temperature has stabilized. So, underneath me here I have Highway 5. There it is, behind there. Going through and going. Where is it? There it is. It goes over there to Myrtle Creek Airport, which is right there. 16 Sierra. Getting to the town of Riddle, just over my nose here. That flat, the hillside, whatever that is. And now we're following Cow Creek. Excellent name of the creek. This is why I couldn't possibly do this without ortho like this. Just seeing all these tiny roads like this, with the houses and small driveways into the houses, the lights, and all these patches of farmland. This weird texture in the backyard of these people here. What is this? Is this an old park or something? Why is it like this? Why do they have these paths? It's just so enjoyable. And here we have a plant of some sort. Yeah, all kinds of things going on here. Yeah, I think the reason why I explain aren't having the default scenery is the way it is because of their the philosophy they have. It's very different from, for example, Microsoft and their new simulator. It's they want the sim to be loading up fast, which the default sim will do, and to be very, very, very stable as far as not just frame rates, but as far as lagging and stuttering, and to be predictable for training purposes. So I really understand why they're doing what they're doing, because as soon as you start putting in things like this, you start lowering or taking away performance. You need a little bit of faster computer to be able to handle it. Not very much, but I think the what they want is for customers to be able to know that their sim will handle the scenario that they're setting up, and they want the plane to feel correct, and all of that to be predictable, instead of just they don't need, for training purposes, to be able to see that red house down there in that driveway. I wouldn't miss it either if it wasn't there, but I like the varying the life that it gives to the sim. So I'm in this for the immersion, the exploration, and the adventure of the whole thing. So I understand why they are doing it, but at the same time, they are creating a platform that we can use to introduce things like True Earth and other ortho packages to our pleasing, so we can have beautiful landscape where we want it, and we can have places where it's bare bones and just pure flight training if we want it. Whereas if you're flying with Microsoft Flight Simulator, you have to accept that the sim is going to take forever to load up. It's going to look gorgeous to the point of it being almost, yeah, you can get angry how beautiful it looks, but it's going to take a long time to load it up, and it's not going to be predictable. So there are two different approaches, and I see why they're doing what they're doing, both of them. And I'd like to have it both ways. So, and what I wish though is that Orbex or some other company will continue making the True Earth sceneries, because especially things like Idaho and Colorado, things like that, they really need, or something similar. But it looks like in Explain 12, if you have a good ortho scenery package at the bottom, and this new X-America, or whatever it was calling, that David was talking about, seems like it actually replicates things as far as buildings and things like that very well, so might be worth checking that out. But I have True Earth Oregon, so I'm going to be happy for as long as, as long as it takes. I'm coming back to an airport now, Calvert Peak, that I've been landing at 40 times, and it doesn't get boring. And approaching it from different directions, different weather, different planes. I landed at Calvert Peak actually Friday evening with the Marchetti, just to try it. That was a real challenge, because that plane is so fast and it doesn't have good brakes, so that was sketchy. Right, now I'm actually approaching a GPS fix that is called Oregon. O-R-E-G-N, Oregon. Very nice. South of the south, or rather east of the little hill with the lookout tower. Let's see if I can see it from here. Yep, I can see it. There it is. Big one. Excellent. So I know where I am. I can see that the engine doesn't want to get down in temperature. It's still very much in the green, but there's not much to go far it's in the yellow, so just have to monitor that. You can probably pull back the RPM a little bit. Still following the highway here. Or rather, it's not a highway, it's a tiny road next to a river. And an abandoned railroad track. It's either this valley up here or this one behind here. Doesn't really matter. I'm gonna get on top of this hill anyway. But this is one that leads me up to Calvert. Elevation 3,800, so we can at least be at 4,500. That should be safe from crashing with the mountains. The interesting thing about Calvert Peak is that although I know where it is, roughly speaking at least, I don't know where it is now. Be on one of these hills here. Could be the thing I'm seeing there. That could just be a road. I think that's just a road. And it has a way of hiding until you see it straight on. Because if you see it from the side, it will be covered by the trees on both sides. You have to see the runway straight on. Or you have to be very high up. I cannot see any runway at all here, and I'm very close to it. I see some roads here, and that's what I plan. I plan on coming up here and follow these roads. The roads are also difficult to find because they are also hidden by the trees, so it's a bit of a workout. Actually, I might find it already here. Is that it? Check south of the runway heading. Yeah, that's it. Where is it? No, it's not. That's just a bare patch of something. Let's stick with the plan here. Follow this road here, because this is the top of the ridge road. Yeah, it was fooled. See, I've been here, as I said, 30-40 times. Still get fooled. And I'm at 5,000 feet now, so I'm plenty high enough. I love this kind of flying. It's just marvelous. This one then. This also checks out with the heading that I set. I should be crossing midfield now in that case. Yeah, that's much more like it. This, however, is Calvert Peak. Beautiful airport. It's uphill landing to the northeast. Got a more difficult approach because you have to coming across this hill to the southwest, but that's preferable because the uphill is going to help with slowing down. If you land downhill, so you will struggle with the downhill, and if you have to go around, then you're going around straight into that mountain. So, very cool airport. It's also easy, especially when the sun is low like this, to lose sight of it on in the pattern like now. For example, I can see it now, just on the wing there. And if I don't turn soon enough, I will lose sight of it and struggle to find it again. Right, I'm gonna do a full stop because I'm here. Full stop and taxi back. Okay, I still have eyes on it. Okay, full RPM. And I'm gonna set a 5-minute reminder for myself so that I can remember to switch tanks when I'm on the ground. Because my rear tank is almost empty. Yes, it's very calm wind, so that's very fortunate. 1 knot crosswind, that's calm wind. Okay, so the right part is the runway, the other one is a tiny gravel road next to the road, to the runway. Welcome to Calvert Peak. Set the plane aside here for a while, for a short stop, and change to the front tank, which is almost full. Done. Set parking brake. Just go for a quick look around. This is a fun airport. This view here, that's what it's all about. Crowd. I love this airport. Right, tank switched, and I'm gonna pull up the flap so I can see behind me when I'm taxiing around. Those people, Gareth, who created the airports for the Oregon Challenge, he, when we're flying together, he sometimes creates scenarios for us to fly. So this group of people is part of kind of a storyline that he created for us. Just a small scenery package of people and things around at various airports around Oregon. Challenge for me to fly, but he kind of flies it with me in the Beavers. So I'm not exactly sure what this particular one was, but it was something like some emergency where some person have to be rescued from this mountain, taken somewhere else, or bring some supplies up here and then take these people away. So that's why these people are there. And I don't take those scenery package things out because they are kind of cool to stumble across like this. So you might see various airports that look different from the Oregon Challenge because of this. Also, I mean, while he was great when he created the Oregon airports, he has learned a lot of tricks in creating airports since that time. So he's updated some of the airports that we regularly visit, just for us, for our internal usage. So the next one I'm going to, the Lookinglass airport, that's one of the airports I created for just for our benefits. So we spent maybe 3 minutes at the airport, and I spent 5 hours modeling that airport. But it's actually quite fun to create airports. All right, flappage is set. That's the alarm that I was setting, but I already changed the fuel tank. Engine is still in the green. All pressure good. I have enough fuel to get to the airport I'm going to anyway. So left crosswind once I get out of here, and down to that little lookout tower. Then down to Lookinglass Airport. Let's see. Trim set, and all is good. That's what happens. It's really hot outside, and not particularly high pressure, and I get 29 inches of manifold pressure. What that car flies doing? It's just the altitude and the heat. And goes down so I can see where I'm going through the bushes here. Just force it up. That was an ugly takeoff. Right. Slight left turn here. And flappage up. That's the hill with the lookout tower. Coming up. See, yeah, the engine is still hot. I kind of like airplanes where you actually have to actively monitor things like temperatures and things like that. The planes where the engine is always in the middle of the green, and everything is just perfect all the time. That's good if you're flying it in real life, but the monitoring of all these systems, fuel in this plane, for example, where it's actually a very simple fuel system, but it's kind of confusingly set up. Keeping track of that and keeping track of the heat in the engine. Not too big, too cold either. If you are in a cold climate and rapidly descend, for example, you can not shock cool. I think that's a myth actually, but you can take the cylinder heads down to a temperature which they don't like to be in. So that's not a good thing. So yeah, I like planes where you have to monitor these things, and or complex planes where you have you know, hydraulics to deal with that are not automated, where you have to switch on. For example, I flew the A2A simulations. Have Boeing B-17, the Flying Fortress, where you had to turn on various pumps to be able to get pump up hydraulic pressure for your brakes, but you had to switch it off again. And when you use your brakes for a while, the pressure kind of went away, and then you have to pump it back up. So you have to do that before landing, or several times during taxi. I really enjoy those old planes where it's like that, really manual stuff. Are we coming up on another lookout tower? Spindly looking thing. So it looks more like a water tower. It's a lookout tower. Or maybe it's both. Okay, Lookinglass Airport has runway 0725. And I'm gonna do 25. That's gonna take this straight into the parking ramp. As much of a parking ramp as it has, which isn't much. Let's see here, Roseburg weather. It has picked up wind, 310 at 8. 10 miles, clear below 12,000, 27 degrees, 2.14, it's dry, 29901, it's fine. Basically unchanged, as opposed to, except the wind, which is 210.8, so right crosswind. Should be fine at least. I'm saying that now, but yeah, we'll see about that. And sunset 0152 Zulu, which is 45 minutes, which checks out. The sun being up there. So I should be able to see the beacon of the Roseburg airport somewhere down in this valley here. Not necessarily yet, but it could be. Could be down here or somewhere around here. Not there. I think it's likely this area around here. Keep my eye out in this direction. So if I see the beacon, for example, here, I know that the airport that I'm going to is here. See the beacon here, then the airport is here. I'm gonna aim for the beacon and then turn left, basically. There goes the lights again, and we're back. It's the life of a flight simmer, sitting still for hours on end. hot engine. I'm actually kind of thinking conservatively about the engine temps because thinking about the trends. If I see it on the, like the oil temp is close to 80 degrees, it's completely fine. It's still in the green. But it means that it's above what I'm used to seeing. I'm used to seeing it around 70 degrees, so it's kind of something I want to monitor, or at least try to do something about it before it's too late. So I wouldn't want to see temperatures that are high like this before going into a complex environment where I might need to use a lot of power. If I came into a valley where I had to climb or land at a complex airport where I had to maybe go around, I wouldn't want temperatures like that because then I don't have the margin if I need to go around. So I'd rather come in from up high into that valley and then cool the engine down in the descent and then have the space to go around. That's some of the considerations I plan for. I think I see a beacon here. Maybe or maybe not. Maybe I just fooled myself. I saw a reflection of something. It does have a beacon, doesn't it? Yes, it does. Let's have a look outside. Beacon might be hidden just behind one of the hills around here. Well, maybe I have it now. Yeah, there's a beacon right there. There's a beacon right there as well. There will be 2 airports that have a beacon around there. Might be some of the masts around there. But anyway, I think Roseburg, the town, should at least be in this bowl around here. It means that the bowl here, or actually it might be that one. One of these two is where the airport I'm going to is. I know that the big tower just to the east of the field here. So if It's hard to see. Yeah, I can zoom in from here to see. Put on the binoculars. Yeah, I see some beacons. It could be radio towers, though. So, but I think in any case that Roseburg is ahead of me now, so the airport should be on my left here. This distinct road here with the bending river, that's Dillon, rather Dillard, Winston, the towns. So that means I think it's going to be this open area around here. Funny thing though is that I've spent hours on creating this airport, but I still have a hard time spotting it because I was so focused on the details of the airport itself. Kind of zoom in on the details on the ground, and you don't really pay attention to what's the surrounding area. Actually, you don't see it when you're in the airport developer tool thingy. You're not paying attention to that the area around it. So I'm going to circle around this bowl here to see if I can spot the airport. It's of course not lighted, it's just a tiny little private airstrip. It is paved, so you're also trying to look, so don't look for anything like this. This is just a gravel road in a farm. It's gonna be lined up that way, so it's gonna be this way. But it's a paved road. And, I see very useful now is that my engine is cooling down from the low power setting that I have. Very nice. Set auto rich, so that's already done. There is a road here, so it could have been, parallel to it, like you say, close to a road, but there is nothing here. Yeah, it's not all the way up here, so I need to circle back. Could have landed, of course, in one of these roads. There's no problem landing here, or in one of the fields. That's not the point. I'm going to Lookinglass Airport. I have kind of fond memories from the word Lookinglass because the flight sim that I grew up with was Flight Unlimited, made by Lookinglass Studios. And Flight Unlimited 2 was kind of a setting around San Francisco Bay Area. Really excellent VFR simulator with actually ortho photos and very good ATC. Better than what Flight Simulator has now, actually, as far as I can remember. And then Flight Unlimited 3 was set in Seattle area, so I grew up with these strips around there. And the Beaver was one of the first planes I loved in Flight Unlimited 2, so here I am. Is that it? Oh, that was the one I was looking at from the other way. This could be it, actually. Is this it? Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, there it is. see next to it's like driveways, but this one is longer and it has this little turnaround at the end. That's it. That's all it gives away. So if I follow this little forest line here, this little bend here leads me to the final. So I'm just going to use that for reference when I'm turning around here. Okay, pulling some flaps. Okay, airport elevation is 600 feet, so I still have 1,500 feet to go. Also, I remembered there's a tower somewhere here. Don't want to hit that. Yes, right there. There it is. Yeah, low enough, not a problem. Okay, so that's the... Yeah, I have the airport now. I can follow this green patch slightly close to that left gravel road there. That'll take me directly to the... I could try to remember that now. This little patch of forest can be used to remember where the airport is. The landing light is still on. And I have, as advertised, crosswind from there. So right rudder. Okay, I have to be prepared to go around here in case I start ground looping, because I don't want to ground loop. This is go around with an optional landing. A little cutout in the forest here, useful for coming down. Nice. Let's bring the plane to the parking, and I'll show you a few of the details. As you can see, the owner of this airfield has he has an P-51 Mustang. And a shed full of stuff. Yeah, and it's on the other end of the runway. There's a road passing through. Kind of neat. Let's see here. Where can I park though? Yeah, might as well just put it down here. In the end here. Like so. And parking brake. Landing light strobes. And well, let's have a look around. Welcome to Lookinglass. Studied satellite photos and all kinds of photos I can find. Even Google, you know, from the road pictures to see what I can find of details. There's actually a twin plane sitting here, an old, probably just parts, and also a tail dragger in the forest, as far as I can remember, and a shed full of nonsense. This is actually more or less how it looks. There's a boat and a camping and a lot of stuff around. I just filled it up with all the things I could find in the object library. You know, old airplane engines and trash. But also a little Easter egg. I don't think the owner actually has a P-51 Mustang, but kind of cool model, so I wanted to have something in the hangar. What else? Is there anything else? Yeah, one of the things I learned from Gareth is that the airports will always look better if you have some sort of fence around it, because it kind of gives life to it. It feels much more alive immediately when you have some sort of fencing. It's really strange that a little detail like that can have such an impact. And also, having small tufts of grass coming up from the old runway like this also makes it come alive. Just tiny, you know, flavors like that. And to have cutouts for the grass at the end here, where people turn around their airplanes. And this gravel road. Yeah, and there's a boy walking his dog out here. So he had probably a nice view of me coming in and landing here. Old, very old pavement. Yeah. So the question is, I could have, maybe I should have. That's the way it is with these local airstrips. They probably people probably walk here all the time because there are, you know, maybe one plane coming in here per week or something like that. That's just how it is normally. So over that's where Roseburg is. Yeah, now I can see it. So the thing I was actually seeing was not the airport beacons. It was the lights from the towers around the airport. A lot of towers in this area. I saw this particularly huge one as well. I'm not sure where it is now. Really, really, really tall one. But in any case, the airport is actually. Did see it just now? Didn't I? That it? Maybe it's just behind the hill here. Never mind. It's not that far away anyway. It's 10 miles or so. Alright. Now it's 3:30 in the morning. Or rather, 3:30. Airport. So I'm gonna start shutting down here. Okay. Avionics off. One of the lovely things about this plane is to listen to it. One of my favorite sounds is the idle sound around 900 RPM. Just gonna pick it up there before shutting it down. That sound. Let's see here. Lights off, fuel off, mags off, flaps are up. All lights, the avionics and master switch off. Close the window and get out and do the walk around. That thing there with the twitching motion, that's because of my force feedback yoke. So when I switch that off, that goes away. Thus, all right. That was a good flight. Might very well do that again. It's a different type of flying when I'm streaming. I notice I'm doing things a little bit differently because I'm having this new software that I have to pay attention to see that it's behaving as I want it to behave. And it's probably stealing some performance from my machine as well, but it wasn't very noticeable. But, good of you to join around, so I'm not talking to the ether. But I put it. I think I made it to recording so that it stays on Twitch. I'm at least gonna try and see if that works, so that people can watch it later if they want to. So they get a glimpse of how I fly in the Beaver. Right, I'm gonna get something to eat before I go to bed because I'm hungry. Anyway, thanks for joining, and see you later.